Hello and welcome to Fibertown. I'm Emily, Chain of Fools, on Ravelry and other places on the internet. And you can also find me as Fibertown in certain places like Instagram. And this is episode 25, so welcome everybody. It's the 17th of July, 2013, and I'm sitting here on my porch on what might be the hottest day of the year. So I am fresh from the shower, looking a little disheveled. I'm sitting on the little sofa today, so I have my friend Alice next to me. Alice, pop up, say hi. She's got her toy down here. Okay, there it is. Yes, so welcome. You can probably hear the cicadas going out there. Just been in the garden picking some tomatoes. The garden is going gangbusters. Let's see, we've had raspberries, blueberries, green beans. Have you had green beans on the grill? They're so good. My husband made some last night, and they were, let's see, he grilled them on some foil, olive oil, salt, and pepper. Oh my goodness, delicious. What else? Cucumbers, squash. Oh, we had peas a while back, arugula. Oh, the beets are excellent this year. Excellent. Make sort of a roast them and then make them with some sherry vinegar and oranges, like orange juice, and delicious. But yeah, the tomatoes. Let me show you what I got this morning, tomato-wise. This is a brandy wine. It's an heirloom variety. These are both brandy wines. I've got some Cherokee purples coming in too. There's a third one. Have those today. Got some yellow plum tomatoes this year, which, yeah, Alice loves tomatoes. She's kind of like, whoa, is that for me? And then these are my favorite. Oh, they're like eating candy. These little orange cherry tomatoes. And Alice loves to play with these like they're balls. She'll throw them up in the air and catch them and roll around on them, and then she'll finally eat them. Even the green ones. Yes, I see you offering me your paw, and no, these are not for you. See, they're in there. Yeah. So she is a little forager of a dog. She loves green beans. She loves tomatoes, as I said. Leave them alone, please. She'll pick her own berries right off the bush. She doesn't care about the thorns. Yeah. Maybe later I'll give you one if you're a good girl. Anyway, so I'm enjoying my summer immensely. Getting a lot of knitting done. A lot of spinning done. So yeah, let's get right into this. You can find me on my blog too, www.fibertown.blogspot.com. There's Alice. And where else? All sorts of places. Join the group on Ravelry and put your FO in the FOs thread. Please don't bite me. And yeah, win a pattern. Miss Woolly Knits won one last month, and she's going gangbusters on the hitchhiker she got. So I have a few welcomes. We have, yeah, turn around so you can see it. You can see your pretty face. We have Joe and Jules, who's Julie from Michigan. Hello, I'm Michigander. And we have Freydell, who's Kim from Atlanta. And Thistledown, who's Teresa. And she's from Mercy, I believe it's pronounced Mersea. Mersea. It's an island off the coast of England. And hello, hello, hello. Welcome. Go sit over there. I don't have much in the way of show and tells because I have just wanted to cast on everything, so I'm getting nothing done. However, I did do some weaving, and it's not the weaving you might expect with my new loom, which I'm still kind of grumpy about, my project not succeeding, so. But I decided to do some hula hoop weaving. Have you ever seen this? I saw this months ago, and it's been in the back of my head, and it's summer, so the dollar store has hula hoops. So I went and got a few. Kids have been using them too. But I did some hula hoop weaving. And this is not completely finished. You see, I have not woven in the warp ends. But yeah, it's a little seat cushion. And we had to retire one of our bed sheets. There's my side. We had to retire one of our bed sheets. And it's the nicest, softest. You know, if you've used a bed sheet for years, it gets really nice and soft. But it's getting kind of see-through, holy in places. So I basically just snipped it and then ripped it in spirals because it was a bottom sheet. and made one long ball of bedsheet yarn. You could do this with anything. I mean, you could do it with t-shirts and tie ends together. So what you do with the warp, take a hula hoop and you cut a t-shirt starting from at the armpits down. So you have tubes of fabric. You stretch them over the hula hoop and make the warp in like a wheel fashion with spokes. And there are lots of tutorials on the web. I'll link to the one I used. And you basically weave over, under, over, under, over, under in a spiral until you want to bind off. And then you just snip the t-shirt all around and tie. And then you can, this is my back side, I'm going to weave these in here. And the tutorial I used like finger knitting. They had kids do finger knitting and made a gigantic ball of finger knitting and wove that, and it was, used it as a wall decoration. It was beautiful. So, fun summer project. I'm going to be doing more of that. That was fun. All right, so that's my only show and tell. I do have some whips. Number 1, Old Town. Not going to show you until I have significant progress because it looks exactly the same. What else? I've been going on my sock design. I have some people test knitting it, which is fun and challenging and a learning process all in one. But I'm on my second one repeat in, and it's going well, I hope, sort of. We'll see. What else? I cast on something new, and this is out of the Medicelled Bulky 50/50 Alpaca Romney blend, which is just lovely. I love natural yarns. As much as I love color, I also love natural yarns. And this is soft, and it's got the warmth of alpaca. It's also got some, it's half wool, so it's got the bounce and the memory. And I cast on the Bella Mittens, and that's by Marielle, she's a French last name, I can't remember it, Enault, I think. And this is number 1. Here I am on How to Stay the Year, modeling a half alpaca mitten. La, la, la. So this is perfect yarn for this pattern. I flubbed up the decreases at the end. I don't know what happened there. Blah. It looks kind of wonky. But it is easy. I did this in a day. And I think it's just perfect. I thought it was going to be too big once I cast on. I was like, oh, that's never going to fit. Fits perfectly. Perfectly. This is not yet blocked, but I gotta take it off. It looks a little skinny. Well, it's not on your hand, but I love it. It's got ribbing up until basically where you start doing a thumb gusset, and then it's plain stockinette, and then this easy cable on the other side. Don't know when the second one will go on, but these are awesome. Would be a great present. Super easy, super fast. And this was from Medicelled, the lovely farm in West Virginia, that I'm going to hopefully be going to visit in a week from Saturday? I'll talk more about that later. All right, so that was from the Medicelled yarn. Isn't it pretty? And that's the Bella Mittens on Ravelry. Okay, what else do I have? My temperature scarf. Well, it's not mine. It's my daughter's. I haven't showed you this in a while, but this is her guideline that she wrote out for which range of temperature would be for which color. And this is our basket. Keep it in. All the different colored yarns. And we have hit the hot weather, so there are a few ends to weave in before I decided to carry the yarns up the side. Ha 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 ha. Anyway, so we started out with, her birthday's in November, so we started out with some cooler, it's alright, some cooler colors. Ooh, and look, there's a hot day in December. Ooh, white is the coldest. Ooh, this was a cold snap. Cold, cold, cold. Cold days here and there. All of a sudden, boom, we're into the hot. This was probably in May. We had like a 90-degree day. The red is in the 90s. And this orange is starting to dominate the scarf. And it's looking a little bit hourglassy here, but that's okay. We like it like that. This orange was hand spun and Kool-Aid dyed by my friend Sarah, so I'm happy to include that in the scarf. So yeah, we're starting to get into the hot months, and so we're about halfway done. I've only knit through the end of May. I haven't done June yet, or July. So, but I have all the days, the temperature recorded. You can go online, to weather.com and get a monthly printout of what the temperatures were, the highs. So yeah, we should be, I think today's going to be our first purple day, which is over 95, I think. So, purple's coming up. Anyway, that's the temperature scarf. And since we're halfway through the year, at least her year, should probably take some time and weave in the ends. Alice, come over here. Come on. Looks like I'm going to have to lure her with a tomato. Okay, so those are my whips. Did I leave anything out? No. Okay. Oh, yes, I did. My wingspan fits. This is all I have left. I'm heavy into the bluey greens, getting to the end. I think I have 3 or 4 more colors to do. And I'm in the end of beginning. I'm in the middle of a row, so I'm just going to knit on it a little bit. Won't take long. And talk to you about the Tour de Fleece. I have had quite a Tour de Fleece. I have met my goals. It is not done yet. How many more days do we have? Actually, I think it finishes this weekend. I have spun all of my alpaca. All of it. I think I have about 900 yards of a chunky alpaca. I didn't spin all of that during the Tour de Fleece. I spun about 400, 450 yards. So about half of it I did during the Tour de Fleece. And that was all on my wheel. I also spun some Highland Handmaids. Got about 180 yards of that, a mixed BFL. And I spun 600 yards of Polworth from Unwind Yarn Company. So, it's over 1,000 yards. Not bad. It's over, let me see how many. I have one. So I spun 12 ounces of alpaca. I spun 20 ounces of fiber. Just counting it in my head. So not bad, right? Now I think that the rest of the tour is mostly going to be on spindles. However, I do have something on the wheel that I'll show you in a minute. And I'm just taking my time with it. I'm not trying to get it done by the end of the tour. The tour has really put me just a couple hundred yards away from finishing Stash Dash. And once this wingspan is done, I should be done with Stash Dash because this will be about 450 yards. Okay, wingspan is coming along. So I have, this is the rose color, then it's transitions, and now I'm on this half blue, half green color. I think this is going to be an awesome scarf. Yes, I think I made the right pattern choice. So this is Fiber Optic Paint Box Gradients, Bitter Lime to Rose. It's a cashmere blend. I think it has nylon. It's an MCN, Merino Cashmere Nylon. Doing this on size 4s, my ChiaoGoo red lace, which are nice and pointy, my favorite needles. And this has just been, this is the easiest knitting. Garter stitch and very easy to remember pattern. So I'm just into the very end here. And this would probably be done if I weren't so cast on everything these days. So yeah, that is it for the whips. Now, I've talked a little bit about spinning. Let me show you what I was talking about. This is the Dragonfly Fibers Polworth Silk. This is what's on my wheel right now, but I've just started it. And there's really not much to it. It is purples and golds and oranges. There, let's block out that light. Gorgeous, right? It's called Country Fair, Polworth Silk. And when I was at Fiberspace this weekend, knitting with some friends, and there was a lady there knitting on a small sweater, and she had this colorway of dragonfly in yarn, and it reminded me, ooh, I have that in my fiber stash. Wouldn't that be nice? Of course, you know, it's got the purple. So yeah, this is really lovely stuff. Love me some dragonfly. And she's a local dyer. There we go, that's better. Excuse my my frog in my throat. We've had a lot of rain here, and I get a mold allergy. It gets me yucky froggy throat voice. Here's my alpaca. That giant basket of alpaca is now empty. And I'm going to use it to store my sock leftovers for now. Look at that alpaca. So, is this the big one? Yeah, this is the 200-yard skein. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I can feel the ones that I've spun more woolen. This one was more woolen. It's much less dense. And these two. There's my baby alpaca, baby in a basket. I'm proud of myself. That's the first large quantity of fiber that I've spun. Okay, so I mentioned that I'm going to do some spindle spinning. Now, I have a beautiful Spanish peacock Tibetan supported spindle. However, I've been using a Pyrex bowl for a spindle bowl. So I wasn't sure if I was into supported spindling enough to spend the money on a nice bowl. Well, on Instagram, I follow Lori of Deerfield Creations, and I saw this, and I decided, yes, I am into supported spindling enough to warrant buying a nice bowl. So I destashed some yarn so I could afford it. Love destashing. And I ordered this, and it should arrive today. This is a lap bowl. Are you dying? I love this. This slays me. It is a little mushroom. It's going to be so awesome. So it sits, you can sort of put it between your legs or in your lap, and you spindle. One of your spindle goes in the bowl. I love it. I can't wait till it comes. So tracking says it's supposed to be here today, so I should be able to show you guys next week. Let's talk about some more goodies. See if I can get Alice back up here too. Want to get a mater? Come here. Come here, you little stinker. Okay. Hot Alice, hot day. Ooh, we got a nice breeze. Alice, you see any flies buzzing around? What about squirrels? Oh, squirrels are bad, aren't they? We don't like squirrels. Okay, so I got a package in the mail last week. Totally unexpected. It looked like this from Medicel. She had sent me stuff before, and can I just say, wow. Totally unexpected, totally unnecessary. However, totally glad she did. So, number 1. Medicel maple syrup. This stuff is the bomb. It's like no commercial maple syrup. It's amazing. It's what maple syrup should be. So they have their maple trees. And they also have beehives. I got this little beehive candle. Is that adorable? It smells like honey. Beeswax. It's a beeswax candle. And I keep this on my work table. And I get little wafts of honey now and then. And then this. This blows me away. Yes. Yes. Now, take a look at the label. It's got golds. There's a maple leaf. There's a harp. There's grapevines. Is that a thistle? Thistles. And then look at the colors of the yarn. Purples, golds, greens. This is, I think, should be the Medicel colorway. It's the same as the label colors, basically. Shall we open it up? Let's open it up. This is 500 yards of Romney lace. It was hand-dyed by Patricia, who is one of the forces, I guess, behind Medicel. Look at those colors. I cannot wait to cast this on. I don't know what it's going to be yet. It is Romney, 500 yards, 2-ply lace weight. Looks like a heavy lace weight, but I don't know. I don't know how it'll act. I'll have to swatch. I'm in love. I am in love with this. These are my colors. And the whole thing was thoughtfully packaged up. This is great purple. Because she knows I like purple. So, an amazing friend that I've made through podcasting. And I just can't thank her enough. And I'm super excited because they are having an open house on the 27th, and we are going to try to go, and you can visit their animals. They have llama, alpaca, sheep, of course, peacocks, they have their beehives, they have, you can pick peaches, bring a picnic, see their vineyard, see their sort of greenhouses. I'm super excited, so. And then I get to meet them in person again. I mean, I've met them before at the Fiber Festival, but, you know, we've since developed this online sort of friendship, so I'm very excited to go to their open house. And that's, I should have the website, but if you Google Meduseld Farm, M-E-D-U-S, no, M-E-D-U-S-E-L-D, yeah, that was right. You'll find them. So I'm super excited. Other acquisitions. I won 2 things this past week on podcasts, just from entering giveaways. I won something from the Mustache Podcast, Tour de Fleece giveaway, and I won something from Wolf Farms, from their Hatch in It. Both excellent podcasts, and I can't thank them enough. What? It's right here. So I won a skein of yarn from Sheep Dreamery, and I won some beautiful fiber from the Mustache Podcast. Okay, so I have some excellent mail coming my way. I'm super excited. I'm super excited generally, lately. Alice is always super excited, except for when she's sick. She was a little bit sick this past week. She had a stomach bug. It's never fun. But I made her some chicken and rice, fed her on that for a few days. And she's better now. Can't you tell? Okay, let's see. Don't want to leave anything out. Oh, so I went to Fiberspace, and I got to meet up with Emily, Fancy Pants, from the What You Swatchin' podcast, and I also met 2 of her friends, Jamie, and I'm trying to remember her Rav name. I meant to write it down. Super fun, excellent knitters, and her friend Singular Knitter was there as well. And they're just excited about going to SSK. I can't wait to see all of the SSK recaps. As my consolation prize, this week, this Saturday, there is another Uniquities Fiber Farmers Market in Vienna, Virginia. And Gourmet Sash was going to be there. She's got some things on reserve for me. Come back here. So, I should be showing you off some acquisitions next week. And I'm kind of on the lookout for some really inexpensive hand combs, to start processing my thin fleece a little bit more. You are a tough little warrior princess. Anyway, let's see. So, if you see me at the Fiber Farmers Market, say hi. Don't be shy. I'm meeting up with some folks there, just sort of general meetups, like, we'll meet you at this booth. So that should be fun. So I'm excited. Something to look forward to since I'm not going to be in Nashville. And looking around, see if that's everything. I think that's everything. Yeah. Oh my goodness. You're clawing me. All right, so Alice and I. Hey, Alice, you want a tomato? Want a tomato? All right. Leave that alone. Vet said these are okay as long as she's not eating the leaves. So don't give. She's my little veggie dog. Come here. She snorts like a pig. All right. Can you give me your paw? Give me your paw. Thank you, Lovey. All right. Oh, she's going to eat it right away. She has no choice. She wants to go play with it. Okay, so you all have a great time. Don't forget to post your FOs in the July FO thread, and I'll see you next week in Fibertown. Bye.